What's up, everybody? This is ePhoenixN, and this is some Battlefield 3 Team Deathmatch. So today is just a little review about Team Deathmatch as far as Battlefield 3, as far as it relates to Battlefield 3, as well as maybe some tips and tricks that you guys may find fairly useful. So I was on a couple of days ago, and was bored. No one was on that I really wanted to play with, and so I decided to pop into Battlefield 3, but I don't really like playing Rush or anything like that. And it actually put me in a game of Team Deathmatch. It was kind of fun, so I was like, I'll give it another try. And so I ended up playing solo and Team Deathmatch. Really, as far as I'm concerned, if you are, unless you're just like screwing around, like practicing your sniping or flying jets and things like that, you're not so much playing the objective, which I always recommend, of course. But when you're playing solo, when you're playing by yourself, Team Deathmatch, as far as I'm concerned, is kind of the way to go. It's definitely a lot more solo friendly. It's friendly when you're playing by yourself compared to any other game, especially considering you can have more, how should I put it, more influence on the outcome of the game, more influence on actually winning in something like Team Deathmatch. So, Team Deathmatch, I think this isn't really made for, it doesn't really fit that well with the Battlefield 3 style. Realistically, the maps are quite a bit smaller. They're pretty cluttered. There's a lot of people for map sizes, it seems to me. I think there's almost, I don't really know, but there seems like there's a lot of people, and like every corner there's another person. It seems they try to like make the map smaller to say like, hey, let's give it a Call of Duty feel as far as the Team Deathmatch. And well, I guess it makes it more exciting, but the maps are so small that spawning is horrendous at best, where you tend to spawn and there's a guy right in front of your face, so you spawn and you're directly being shot and things like that. So there's issues with that. Let's just say that first and foremost. And that I want to say it breaks that game mode, but it can make it very frustrating. Especially when you're playing solo, because you can't spawn on a squad mate that you're necessarily communicating with. And that's just me. I know some people like to communicate with people that they don't know, but I tend to not have a headset on unless I'm playing with friends. But that's just my own prerogative, really. Anyway, but it's not bad. There's no tanks, there's no planes and things like that in Team Deathmatch, and so realistically, it's like Battlefield 3, stripped of the big maps, stripped of the tanks and the planes, all the vehicles, and so you're left with kind of a half-assed Call of Duty experience. That will sound a little harsh, and I suppose I guess I have to mean it to be, because I think it's true. I think if you're playing Team Deathmatch on Battlefield 3, then really you're more of a Call of Duty player, and realistically, I'll probably never play Battlefield 3 solo once Call of Duty comes out. Modern Warfare 3 comes out, that is. Just because it doesn't really, the game doesn't fit a solo play. I think when you're playing with 3-4 people, it can be quite a bit of fun. Battlefield 3, especially like Rush and Conquest and that. But Team Deathmatch it's Battlefield without all the Battlefield charm, so to speak. It's Battlefield where it's suddenly there's more players than there needs to be, and it's cluttered, and it's hard to have any strategy because it's pretty much block 5 feet and flint shoot, twitch shooter basically, with a game that's not really meant to be a twitch shooter. And all in all, it doesn't really fit with Battlefield. And so that being said, it is probably the best solo play if you want to do that, so that you actually influence the game, which in a certain sense says a little bit about Battlefield 3 and how it's really a game not devoted towards solo play, almost at all. Some would disagree with me with that, but it's very hard to actually play the objective and try to win the objective playing Rush or Conquest solo. So that's that. I'd say, it's fun to play solo, but once Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 comes out, I'd pretty much just put that in the bag unless you're playing with friends. I doubt I'll really ever play Battlefield 3. Unless I'm playing with friends. If I'm playing with friends in a squad of like 3 or 4 people, then yeah, it's fantastic. But I've already said that, I like the game overall. Just Team Deathmatch is a little bit it loses all that Battlefield charm. Instead, it's just kind of frustrating as far as spawn points and the crowdedness of the maps. But anyway, I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of some tips and tricks with solo gameplay and team deathmatch as well, just so that maybe it will be a little less frustrating for you. First and foremost, spawn at the edges of the map. I tend not to spawn on people, because when you spawn on people, a lot of times it just means you're getting attacked as soon as you spawn, and that becomes problematic. Best is to spawn on the edges of the map if you can, and try to definitely spawn away, not away from people, you're always going to try to spawn away from people, but the edges of the map means that you're less likely to get spawn rushed as easily as otherwise, being in the middle of the map, because it's more congregated and more problematic in the middle of the map, because you tend to be getting hit from multiple sides, so it definitely decreases your visibility as far as enemies, so that's important. Another thing, play the Assault class. I'd say the only class that's really worth playing in Team Deathmatch as far as playing by yourself. Now that's key, as far as playing by yourself, it's Assault class, because you're going to need to heal yourself up, because you do die fairly quickly, especially at close range in this game, with the maps being what they are, as far as close range, tight segments with much more narrow line of sight in the games. You're going to need that to be able to heal yourself, so that's going to be very, very important, to just be able to have that, to be able to heal yourself. And yeah, so I said Assault class is very important. SMGs are very useful, and assault rifles. Stay away from anything else. I'd say shotguns aren't too bad if you do want to get in close quarters, but again, with the spawn points, it means you're going to get shot in the ass a lot. It can be pretty frustrating. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you found that useful, and see you later. Peace out.